All right. The Northern Pike. Often hated because of the amount of bones that are in there, but I'm going to show you the way that works best for me, and all of us, I should say, on how to clean these things. Really, really good tasting fish. And like I said, they're often overlooked because they do have bones, but just like anything else I've ever filleted my entire life, you're not going to start off being the best at it. You have to do it a few times until you get the groove of it. So these are very easy. This is a 5-step method. I don't know who taught me this. I probably saw it on YouTube at one point. But I lay that pike right on its belly, and I start right behind the head here. Go down nice and gently, and I'm rubbing this knife right along that backbone of that fish. Right before the dorsal fin, I come straight up. If I go any further into this dorsal fin, those fins come straight down into that meat. So that is not good for frying, but this is all good meat for pickling, which we'll go over. We'll leave that here. I go right here, right behind the gill, kind of an angle, and then again, right here, straight down. So as you can see here, these are the tops of the Y bones right here. You can see them on my finger. You can see the tops of them here, but there's also another set that you can't quite see. And I just keep that knife just over the top. I'd rather stay closer to the skin and make a really small incision because I can make up for that if I don't do a giant incision on this animal. So I just go nice and easy. Small strokes right over the top of those Y bones until I get down to the end here. Now I can start to angle this knife because I know that I'm above those Y bones. You can hear them as I run down that pike. There's those fin bones I was talking to you about. So just keep downward pressure till I meet that rib cage, which I'm there now. And then just fillet right down it, just like a normal fish, you know, your walleyes, your bluegills, your crappies. And there we go. Made it through the ribs. And that is a boneless fillet. Right there. Now we are pickling some of these. So I'm just going to show you this right away. I'm going to take these Y bones. I'm going to fillet it right down that backbone there. You can see I missed a little bit of meat there, but again, we're pickling. So this is all Y bones with meat in there, which if we were just pickling these and filleted out normal, this would all dissolve in all that vinegar and salt solution that we use. So we are not leaving any of this meat to waste. Now, this is important. This section right here, right before the anal vent and right after, there's a lot of bones here. Okay, this is just some meat that I'm gonna use for pickling. I'm gonna go right behind that anal vent. Tail is always boneless. Just repeat this process here on the other side. You don't have to use an electric fillet knife. I like using it for the heavy duty cutting. And then I use the smaller knife for the finesse. Again, just a really small incision right along that skin for the most part. You'll feel those Y bones. Go. Just run it right down the side, keeping nice pressure along the rib cage or the Y bones and then to the rib cage. Beautiful. Another boneless fillet. Okay, same thing, right behind the anal vent. Downward pressure. Back. I like to flip that over. It's nice, easy grip since it's still attached to the fish. Another boneless fillet there. Now we have this meat. The pickling meat. I'm gonna zip these Y bones out right away. More pickling meat. And that right there, there is no wasted meat left on this animal. And that's how we like to do it, you know. If we're gonna take these things, we're gonna eat every little bit that we can off of them because this is all awesome meat. Okay, we'll start with what I call is the tenderloin here. This is the back strap. Now this one here, not everybody has an electric fillet knife. You don't need it, but I do have multiple knives here, as you can see. But for this cut, I prefer to use a standard knife because you can see this kind of curves up here, and I can put a little bit better pressure on this and get the skin completely off of it rather than tearing into that skin with the electric fillet knife. So here I'll go right down the center of it, cut right down to the skin, and then I just let the knife do the work here. Flip that over. Bada bing, bada boom. Two nice tenderloins. Now, again, you don't need an electric fillet knife, but I prefer it for these flat pieces. It's kind of nice. Be very careful not to bust through the skin. Get a nice angle into that knife. And I kind of pull the fillet. I use my fingers here against that meat to pull the knife through rather than forcing the knife through with my right hand. And again, I just go right down the middle. That gives me something to hang on to. Pull that fillet through. You see no meat on there. Another boneless fillet. Flip that over. Nice pressure on the knife. Pull that through. And another beautiful boneless fillet. Okay, now all we have left here are pickling pieces. This is about a 26-inch pike. So with this one, I'm gonna go right down the center of it. Bring that through. Same thing on the other side. I like to make them into smaller pieces for crackers. So I'm gonna actually do this one right about there. There. And then again, these are those Y bones. Okay, plenty of meat within those Y bones. They run up just like what they say, Y bone, just like this. Okay, so there's meat in here and there's meat running down the side. So this is all bones that will come out of the meat after we soak it in the correct solution. And again, I'm just gonna make nice cracker cut sizes here, depending on what you got. And there you go. Pickled pike right there. And beautiful fillets right there. Not including the tail pieces. I already put those in the bowl. But as you can see, there's a lot of pickled fish here. This is from these pike that we already did for frying purposes, baking purposes, or whatnot. So there's a lot of meat to be had with one of these little gators. So that is my version of the 5-step method. 5-step method is for filleting them, but then there's also a 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th method, if you will, for the pickling process. that's what I care to do. A lot of people up in my neck of the woods love pickled fish. I know we all love it. You find the correct recipe and you do it correctly, it's gonna be really, really good. It's worth trying. And just so everybody knows, we're doing these on, we're harvesting these pike on lakes that are very abundant with them, or in lakes that have muskies in them that never had pike in them. So we're kind of just helping Mother Nature by kind of thinning the population in certain waters. We're not going out and doing this on trophy class waters or anything. So yeah, thanks for tuning in and seeing how we prepare our pike.